video. We've got a bit of a different setup going on today. You're actually in my wardrobe. And there is a reason for that. There is a reason for that. This week I'm going to be matching my outfits to the books that I'm reading for an entire week. So it's going to be a reading vlog, but you're also going to help me pick my outfit every day to match the cover of my book. I'm really excited about this, if you can tell. So the book that I'm currently reading, which I actually only started last night, and I knew that I was going to include it in this video, and that's Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I feel like it's finally time that we're reading this book. I feel like I've been talking about wanting to read it for months, and it's finally happening. It's finally happening. I'm only about 50 pages in, so not very far at all, but this cover is stunning. It's one of my favourite covers that I own, probably. Just look how cute. We love. So we're going to go for the pinks and the creams. I actually think I have the perfect outfit for this. So for trousers, I'm thinking we go for these cream cargos. These are low-waisted. They're really cute. They're nice and baggy. There's also a toggle at the end where you cinch in at the ankle. You can also cinch in at the waist. I love waistbands like this. Just because also you can loosen them throughout the day if you want to. Obsessed. And I thought these matched so well to the cream in this. And these are from Urban Outfitters. And I got mine in a size small. So I'm thinking we do these, and since they're low-waisted, I thought we'd go for baggy t-shirt kind of vibe. And I actually have this t-shirt from Pretty Little Thing, and I just thought that colour was literally perfect. And this is really cute. It has cute little bows on, and it says, "Not my problem." So I thought we'd do that on top. Cute. Let me go change. I've had to move you so we can see the whole outfit, but I don't actually think you can see it all from there, but it's the best we're gonna get. This is the full thing. I've got cream cargos, bright pink top. I also didn't realise that my phone case matches as well. It's meant to be. It's meant to be. So there's our outfit for day one. I think we've done pretty well with this. Colour matching is giving. It's really giving. We love. So a little update time. I'm about 100 pages into this. I have some thoughts. The first, I would say 50 pages, I found really easy to read and really fast paced. Like, I felt like a lot was happening, but it was really interesting and it was just really easy to read. And then the next 50 pages, I feel like there was so much description going on because she basically moves from the south to the north. It's the first time she's been to the north, so she's seeing everything for the first time, and it is very descriptive, I've found. And I feel like if my brain's not 100% switched on, it's kind of hard to get my head around sometimes. And because there's the magical element of this, bear in mind the only fantasy that I've read so far is Powerless and Powerful, which is in the Powerless series, and I feel like this is a lot more kind of fairy tale magic sort of vibe, which is taking me a bit to get used to. I am still enjoying it. I just feel like I have to reread sentences because there's a lot of description, and it's not just description of the normal everyday world that we're so used to, because obviously it's fantasy, so it's description of magical elements and more magical things. Does this make any sense? But I feel like they are just setting us up because we've only just arrived to the north, and I feel like the rest of this book will probably take place in the north because the map at the front, which is a stunning map, is of the north. That would make sense that the majority of the rest of this would be set in the north. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, it's also one of those books where I just don't know where it's gonna go, which is kind of fun, but it also means I'm just kind of going along with it, going along for the ride. But they're my thoughts so far. I feel like I'm gonna absolutely love Jax as a character. We've only really had one scene with him in, and I'm already excited for him to reappear. I'm waiting for him. So I do feel like I'm gonna really like him. Evangeline is very sweet. At the minute she just seems quite young, and I feel like she's meant to, but she just seems kind of young and a bit naive, I guess. So I'd be interested to see if she kind of stays like that throughout the book. Yeah, they're my thoughts so far. I just feel like it's a lot for me to get my head around at this time. But I am really excited to properly get into it. I feel like I'm not properly into it yet because, like I said, we've just arrived at the north and it's just kind of setting it up and describing what the north looks like and kind of what's going on. But I feel like once I've learned that part of it, I'll start getting through it really, really quickly. Good morning. We're back in my wardrobe and that can only mean one thing. Time to pick another outfit that matches Once Upon a Broken Heart. I'm nearly halfway through this now. I got to nearly page 190 last night, so I'm definitely either going to finish this today or tomorrow, most likely. But let's pick another outfit. It's a pretty chill day today. I decided it's one of those days where we just want to chill. We just want to chill out. It's a no makeup, crazy hair kind of day. So I'm thinking we choose something cute and comfy to wear. So I have these cream wide leg joggers that I think I'm going to wear, which go with the cream on the cover. And then I'm thinking of pairing it with this pink cardigan, which has like balloon sleeves, and it's just cute and cozy. That's what I'm thinking. And I'm going to put like a vest top of some sort underneath. Joggers are from PLT, and my cardi is from, it says Nasty Girl. I don't know where I would have bought that from. I don't even know where sells that, to be honest. But there we go. So that's the vibe we're going for today. I'll check back in when I'm dressed. I actually think this outfit is really, really cute. I have my wide leg joggers on. These are also high-waisted, which I feel like is nice, especially because my cardigan is cropped. I just feel like that makes it a bit more cozy. And I feel like it matches pretty well. Underneath my cardi, I actually went for this crop top, and I wouldn't usually wear cream on cream like this, like the same colour, but I thought this top was so giving fairy tale vibes, like with the little roses and the lace, and also when I wear this off the shoulder I thought the lace detailing was really cute, and because it's cream and pink it matches my book cover, so I thought that kind of worked perfectly. So that's my outfit for day 2. I don't think this pink matches as well as the t-shirt yesterday, but it's fine. There's only so many pink things I have in my wardrobe. It's the next day and I finished reading Once Upon a Broken Heart last night actually. I literally read the second half in one day, which is crazy. And I actually wrote down some of my immediate thoughts just so I wouldn't forget. This book literally felt like a fever dream. Like, I understand what happened, but if anybody was to ask me what this book was about, I don't think I'd be able to explain it. It's one of those that I'm like, so much happened and so much just chaos was going on that I understood at the time that I was reading it. If I was to explain it, I think I'd be like, I don't actually know. I literally don't know. Let's start off with Evangeline. Evangeline as a character I found to be quite naive, and I think I said this in one of my earlier clips, but that really didn't change throughout the book. But I am very aware that this is the first one in the series, so it does make sense to me that she would be like that and that her character will kind of evolve throughout the books. Because she's meant to be this hopeless romantic character, I do think that you can believe in fate and be hopeful but also have a bit of grit. So I would be really interested to see how her character kind of evolves in the other books and whether she actually does grow and change. Jax I really liked. I kind of knew that I would like him from the very first scene we were introduced to him. I do kind of wish we'd seen more of him and more of them two together, but again I know it's the first one in the series and I know that Stephanie Garber wants us to want that. I did really like him and I think he has the potential to be a really, really, really good character. I also didn't realise this was a YA. I literally just didn't know that until I started reading it, and then I searched it and found that it was a YA. And the reason that I'm mentioning that is because it definitely reads like a YA, and that was definitely something that was quite noticeable. I feel like in some YA books it's not as noticeable, so Powerless is an example of that. I feel like you know it's YA but it's not overly noticeable. I did find that it was very noticeable in this book. I don't really know why. I think it's just the way that it was written. So I think that's definitely something to note if you really don't like YA style writing. I really, really liked the whole concept of fates, and I just really want to meet more of the fates that there are out there. And that's part of the reason why I do want to carry on with the series, because I just want to know more about them. And I also like the spell concept in here and how you can't put a spell on somebody without repercussions. I like that whole thing because you know the minute that somebody does a spell on somebody that there's gonna be some chaotic thing happening. as a repercussion for that. So there's some of my overall thoughts. I'm gonna rate this 4 stars. I feel like the series has potential to be a 5-star series, and I would like to carry on with this at some point because the ending was kind of annoying. Just because I feel like the whole book we were working towards something, and I thought we'd at least get the reveal, shall I say, by the end of the book, but we didn't. And that's kind of frustrating. I also understand what she's doing here. So I am really interested to read the second one and just see what that's like. And I'm also so interested to see how Evangeline and Jax kind of develop and see how that happens. I'm so intrigued by that. So I think I will pick up the second one at some point. But for now, this is a 4-star read. And I enjoyed it. It's different to anything that I've read before. It's definitely heavy on the fairy tale kind of magic side of fantasy, and that's something that I did have to get used to at the start, but once I kind of just gave myself over to it, I was having a good time. Can we also just appreciate that I'm matching again today? Then my thoughts, if you really like whimsical kind of fairy tale magic vibes, I think you're definitely going to really like this. You're back in my wardrobe. We need to get dressed for our next book. The next book that I've chosen, I can't quite believe that it's finally happening, that I'm finally reading it. I feel like this is a book that I've been saying that I wanted to read for the longest time, and I'm finally doing it. I'm finally reading it. And that's Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. I'm kind of scared just because of how many good things I've heard about this. I'm excited, but I'm scared. Because I really want to love it, and I really hope that it matches up to all the hype. I feel like this is going to be a bit trickier to match my outfit to, but we're going to try. We're going to give it a good go. Just because it's mainly blue. And I don't want to just be... All of my rings have just fallen off. What on earth? We're back. Just because I don't want to be walking around literally head to toe in blue. Not my vibe. So we're going to work something out. I'm thinking we start off with jeans. I have 2 options. So I have these cargos, which these are like my go-to jeans, which are blue. It's not really giving the blue that's on the book though, because these are kind of paler. They're an option. And then my other option are these ones, which I am obsessed with because they have stars all over. And I literally love anything with stars on. And I feel like, okay, it's not exact, but I feel like it's close enough. I feel like these match better just because they're darker than the light ones. So we're going to go for these jeans. And then top wise, I feel like this would be a good shout. It's just this cream top, but it has a blue wave on. And I'm thinking that would look cute with the jeans, but also I'm kind of taking the cream that's going on in here for the cream top, and then the blue, of course, matches the blue. I'm thinking this could work. Let's try it on. I feel like this is cute. This is giving baggy, comfy, cute vibes. This is literally an outfit that I'd wear every day. And I feel like we've done an okay job matching the book to my outfit. It's not exactly the same shade of blue, but we'll allow it. So jeans, which I feel like you can't really see, but they have stars all over them. These are from ASOS, but they're from Stradivarius, but I got them on ASOS, just in case you wanted to know. And then my t-shirt is from Urban Outfitters, but it's from the men's section. And it's one of my favourite t-shirts just because it's so comfy. This is the outfit for the day. I really don't know what we're going to do for day 2, because I feel like I have nothing this blue colour, but we'll work that out tomorrow. We'll work it out. Also, I'm kind of scared to start this book. Excited, but I'm scared. I'm already getting the vibe that this is giving destined to be together trope. Soulmate trope? I don't know. Whatever trope that is, where they keep crossing paths. That's exciting. I also really like the whole dandelion theme we've got going on. How it's kind of like the universe giving signs. I like that. I really like that aspect of it. Hello. It's day 2 of reading Archer's Voice, and it's time to pick our second outfit. I'm nearly halfway through this. I'm going to do a little update in a minute when we've got dressed. For today's outfit, we're going for the blues and the creams again, but we're going to switch it round from yesterday. So for trousers, we're going to do these cream wide leg cargos. These are from, let's have a look. These are from Bershka, but I think I would have got them from ASOS. I did get these a while ago, so I don't know whether they'll still do them on there. But they're just cute, wide leg, got the little pockets. Probably could do with an iron, but let's just allow it. But I thought these would work for the cream. And then for our top, I thought we'd do this little knitted sweatshirt. It's got a bunch of holes in. So we're going to do a little vest top underneath with this. That's the vibe for the day. This is from H&M. And I will check back in a second when I'm dressed. I'm quite happy with this outfit. I think it's cute. I haven't worn this sweatshirt in so long. But there we have the second outfit for Archer's Voice. I feel like we've done a pretty good job there. So cute. I don't have anything this exact colour blue, but I feel like that'll do. That'll do. So I just wanted to do a little update on how I'm finding this. So like I said, I'm nearly halfway through. I feel like I don't have that much to say about it, other than it's very, very sweet. I feel like it's one of those plots where I don't really know where it's gonna go, but in a good way. And I'm really enjoying it. And I really like the two main characters. I think they're so cute. And I'm really interested to see where it goes. There are some questions that I have got questions that make me want to keep reading and find out more. And I really like that part of it. To give a bit of what this is actually about, because I went into this literally knowing nothing about it. And from the blurb, you don't get that much of what it's actually about. So in case you wanted to know, I'm not going to spoil anything for you. It basically follows a girl called Brie, and she has basically run away from home and she needs some sort of escape. So she goes to this town and she just decides that she's going to stay there for a bit. So it's kind of small town vibes. And in this town, there is Archer Hale. The whole village, the whole town has basically exiled him. Like, they don't talk to him, they think he's weird. They have this real perception of who he is and what he's like. And for what reason, I don't know exactly yet. But our main girl kind of thinks that this is unfair and she's really intrigued by Archer and she wants to know more about him. But even though this is a romance, they both have sort of a traumatic backstory, and that's slowly being revealed throughout. So even though it is a romance, there are deeper elements to it which I really like. Yeah, basically that's a little summary of it. I am really enjoying it. I like the way that it's written. I think I said this before, but I really like the whole universe sending them signals type of vibe. So yeah, they're my thoughts so far. I feel like I don't have that much to say because like I said, I have no idea where the story is going to go, but I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. And I genuinely feel like anything could happen, which scares me. And I've heard so much that this book literally makes people cry, which right now I'm kind of thinking, what could happen? Literally, what could happen? Watch that be famous last words. But I'm like, what is going to happen? What's so sad? And my camera battery is about to die, so I'm going to wrap this up here and I will update you again when I have something else to say. I don't trust him. I don't trust him. I finished Archer's Voice. And I just want to be completely honest with you guys. I have really mixed feelings about this book, and I'll explain why. The first sort of half of this book I was really enjoying, and I thought it had so much potential. Literally so much potential, and I thought I was going to absolutely love it. But the second half of this book just dragged for me, and I just have such mixed feelings about it, honestly. I just found that the author just sort of manipulates you when you're reading it, but not in a way that I personally like. I found it very frustrating because it was almost like she just couldn't commit to anything. Actually, I feel like this is a bit of a spoiler, so I'm actually going to put here a timestamp to jump to if you don't want to hear anything about this book. But I feel like I can't really talk properly about what I didn't like about this without giving spoilers. So I'm going to put a timestamp here, but this is your spoiler warning. There were just so many occasions in this where she set something up to happen and then she made it out as if that had happened, like something really bad had happened, but then it hadn't happened. But then that just wasn't the case. And I just felt very frustrated with that because she did it like 3 or 4 times throughout the book and she didn't commit to any single one of those. It was almost like, oh, this really tragic thing has happened, oh, but it hasn't actually happened. And I just felt very like, you're kind of messing with me, but not in a good way. Like, I just don't trust anything you're telling me now. I think I just felt very messed around, but not in a good way. Because we know by now, I absolutely love a sort of tragic end, like a sad love story book. And I genuinely thought this was going to be it, but because she didn't commit to anything, it didn't turn out that way. And I just felt very like, oh, that kind of could have really hit the mark, and it just kind of didn't. I also think that there was a lot of her just taking care of him, and I get the whole thing of her like supporting him and she's the reason why he's kind of being pushed out of his comfort zone, and I understand that, but it went on for so long that I literally thought, you're literally taking care of him at this point, like you're almost mothering him, and that's just not my vibe. And there was a part of this where he didn't think that she was going to come back, and he just like lied down on the bed, and he was saying that if she'd never come back he would have just stayed lying there and just died and turned into dust. And I'm like, that's so, like, I understand how he's got to this point, and I understand that he had to get to this point to then move forward, but I just feel like it wasn't needed to that extreme. I don't know. And then some things that she was saying, like she kept calling him my sweet silent boy, or like my sweet mute boy, and I'm kind of like, something doesn't sit right with me about that. Something doesn't sit right with me. Every time she said something like that, I was a bit like, interesting. Interesting. I also thought that their relationship, I just thought it was very cringy. I know, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm very conscious of how many people absolutely love this book, and they love it for a reason, so please don't let me put you off this if you are thinking of reading it. If it intrigues you, I think 100% read it, because you might absolutely fall in love with it. And I think I definitely am in the minority here, because I was looking on Goodreads, so it has something like a 4.4 rating, so people do love it. But personally for me, I just felt like it was kind of cringy. I know. I feel like they were saying to each other, I love you, literally every second line, and it just got to the point where I was a bit like, okay, like we get it, but also you've only known each other for a couple months. Like, I don't know. I feel like some of the quotes in here were really cute, and they're the ones that I underlined. But then she almost just took it too far, to the point where I was just cringing. Like I just think this is a very sugary sweet sort of romance, and that's not necessarily my type of thing. I just didn't feel very connected to them, which is weird as well, because I feel like I did at the start, and then it's just kind of lost me. So that's my thoughts on this book. I feel really like nervous to even say any of this, because I know that so many of you absolutely love this book, and I know that so many of you thought that I would absolutely love this, and I literally thought the same thing. And I'm kind of disappointed that I do feel this way, to be completely honest, and I do wish that I fell in love with it the same way that everyone else did, but I'm always going to be 100% honest with you. And like I said before, just because I didn't necessarily connect with something doesn't mean that you won't. And I think that's also what's great about the reading community and books in general, is that everybody has a different experience reading it, and I think that's just so wonderful. And how people can absolutely love a book and rave about it, and other people just don't get that same experience. And I think it's great because people have books that are then special to them. And that's partly what I absolutely love about reading and about the BookTok community and the BookTube community. I just think it's great. So even though this wasn't for me, I am glad that I read it, because I just wanted to know what everyone was talking about and sort of the hype around this. And I am glad that I read it. And I do feel like I'm sort of learning more about my reading taste through the books that I didn't connect with as much, and this has definitely helped me, because now I kind of know that I don't like the overly kind of sweet romances. So there are positives to take from this. But yeah, I am glad I read it. I really don't know what I'd rate this, to be completely honest. I'm kind of thinking 3-star range, because like I said, I did enjoy the first half, and I'm quite surprised at how much of a turnaround we kind of got from that, because it was a solid 4-star book at the start of this. So I don't really know what happened. I don't understand it myself. But they're my thoughts. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm literally scared for this video to go up. Okay. Please don't come for me. I haven't fully decided on my rating yet, but they're my thoughts after reading this. So I finished Archer's Voice, and we're on to our next book, which is going to be The Locked Door by Frida McFadden. I feel like you can't really go wrong with a Frida McFadden, and if you've watched any of my videos you'll know how fast I literally get through these books, and I'm really looking forward to this one. This is one that I don't see that often talked about. I see quite a few of her other books being spoken about, but this one in particular I haven't seen much about, which intrigues me because I really want to see what it's like. And from the back it sounds so interesting. So let's pick out our outfit to match this book. I think I have the perfect top for this, which is this little baby tea with the red stripes. I thought that was just perfect, perfect colours, and it's really cute. This is from Pretty Little Thing. So I thought we'd do this because I feel like that matches so well. I love. And then for trousers, I was thinking of these cargos from Urban. I thought they'd be cute. And there's not really that much that I can work with because it's mainly just black and red. So I thought this would work really well. So let's get changed and I'll show you the final outfit. This is the final fit. I feel like you can't really see it properly, but I actually really like this outfit. These cargos are literally my go-to. I have these in so many colours. And I just think they're so easy to wear. And I also like that at the bottom, they have like adjustable things. So you can have them really wide if you want, or you can cinch them in. I like that. And the low-waisted, which I just feel like is always comfy. And then this top, I just think is really cute. And I like the little stripes, and I like the little sporty vibe it's giving. And I just paired it with white socks because I thought the text on this is white. So we're really keeping it on theme. There's our first outfit for this book. From the get-go, it's kicking off. That's partly what I love about Freema McFadden's books, is I feel like we're literally straight in it from page one. And I feel like that's what's so gripping about her books. I feel like this is going to be a quick read. That prologue is so good. That prologue is so good. I'm literally like, already. How does she do it? How does she do it every time? I can't, it's so good. It's the second day of dressing to match the locked door. I think I'm definitely going to finish this today. No, I definitely will. I literally definitely will. I have, let me just do the calculation. Buffering. She's buffering. She doesn't know. We're going to go with 60. About 60 pages left. And for me, that's very doable in a day. And also, this is Freema McFadden, which I feel like I honestly read her books at twice the speed. I don't know how. So I feel like it's definitely doable. I feel like I don't have that many thoughts on it. I feel like with books like this, I have all my thoughts at the end of the book. I'm enjoying it. That's about it. It feels very much like watching, I don't know why I'm talking so slowly. You know, like those thriller crime shows that they put on like Netflix, and they can be loosely based on true crime and they feel like they could be real. That's what this very much feels like. It's really giving criminal psychology vibe, which I'm so here for. Like, her dad was a serial killer and she grew up in that house, and in the basement is where he did his thing. And it goes back and forth between 26 years earlier, which is when she was a kid living in that house, and to present day, so where she's at now with her day-to-day job. I will say, I literally said I have no thoughts, but I have many a thought. I will say that the start of this did feel a bit slower. I know the prologue, and I know I said this in the vlog, the prologue was so good. Like, the prologue, I have no words. It was so good. So we really started off straight in there, but then I felt like chapter 1 onwards, up until about 100 pages in probably, it felt very like stuff was happening, but it felt very much like we were setting it up and we were kind of getting the gist of what her kind of everyday is like and what her job is like and who she works with, and we were meeting those people and we were meeting some of her patients because she's a doctor. I was kind of reading it thinking, like, what is the plot? Like, I understand that we're setting stuff up, but like, what is the plot? And we're kind of learning all these little pieces, but how do they all join together? I don't want to say that it's slower than our other books because stuff was happening, but it did have the feeling of we're slowly building up to something. if that makes sense. It's very readable, very quick and easy, and the pace is fast. Like, stuff is happening. It feels like we're with her, kind of going about her life, but then stuff is happening. Then I think it was about 100 pages in, there was a detective that came on scene, and I was like, okay, this is the plot. This is the plot. And since then, it's been kicking off. It's been kicking off. And I'm really looking forward to finishing it. I do have my own suspicions of people. And I'd be interested to see if I was right. It's one of these books where I've kind of suspected everybody. So I would be surprised if Frida surprised me. I'm going to regret saying that. I already know it. Because she's just gonna, isn't she? She just is going to. But we'll see. We'll see. But let's do outfit. So today I'm thinking we still go down the black and red route. So for trousers, we're going to do black cargos again, but they're actually different ones than I was wearing before. These are still from Urban, and these are my favourite ones. I literally live in these. They're just low-waisted cargos, but they have so many pockets. Literally so many, and they have like all these toggles, which is what I love about them. So I'm thinking we do these. And then for top, I might go with this t-shirt, which is my Maisie Peters album t-shirt, because that's kind of giving the white and the black. I'm thinking maybe we do that. So this is going to go under a jumper anyway, so you won't really be able to see it. And for that jumper, I'm going to wear my Valentine sweatshirt. I love this sweatshirt. I would literally live in it if I could. This is from the Magnolia Parks merch shop, and it's honestly one of my favourite sweatshirts that I own. If you didn't know, Magnolia Parks is one of my favourite series, and BJ Valentine is the main love interest for Magnolia Parks, and he's like the main guy in the Magnolia Parks books. So I'm going to pair this with my black cargos. I just dropped that on the floor and I didn't mean to. Oops. I'm gonna get dressed and I will show you my outfit. I actually changed the t-shirt that I went for because I remembered I literally got this t-shirt recently and I haven't worn it yet, and I thought it was really cute. I really like the black stitching, and it's got a little F1 race car, which I thought was really cute. This is from H&M. I literally bought it like a couple of days ago, and I like this vibe with cargos and everything. And then for sweatshirt, how cute. I literally love this sweatshirt. This is the full thing. And I've just got white socks on, as always. Where's my book? My book is literally in my wardrobe. And here it is with the book. Matchy matchy. Finished. I honestly feel like I don't really have that much to say about this. It was a very solid thriller, and I will say I kind of guessed the ending, and I personally didn't find it like a jaw-dropping ending, if that makes sense, just in comparison to some of her other ones and just the way that I felt reading the end of some of her other ones. But I did really enjoy it, and if you like Freedom McFadden, I definitely recommend this. And especially if you like things based on criminal psychology and reading more of like true crime sort of serial killer vibes, because that is definitely what this book gives. And it's also really got that creepy feeling to it. Like, I felt very much creeped out when I was reading this at certain points. As for my rating, I think I've literally just finished it, so this rating could change, but I'm leaning more towards a 3.5. I think I feel like it's more than a 3, but probably not enough to get a 4 stars. So I'm kind of like, should I just give it a 3, or should we go in the middle of that? I think on Goodreads I'll probably put it as a 3, but in my head it's a 3.5. Which is just a very solid read. Like, I enjoyed it, probably won't think about it again, but I did really like it, and I feel like you really can't go wrong with a Freedom McFadden book. And I would definitely recommend literally any of her books if you want something that's quick and easy and fast paced to read, especially if you're in a reading slump or anything like that, because her books are just they're so good, and it's almost a guarantee that they're going to be quick and fast paced. But yeah, they're my thoughts. And this is actually the last book of this video, so that brings us to the end. I've really enjoyed doing this video and dressing to match my books. I think it's such a fun idea. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. I'm working late because I'm a singer.